like it?
Yeah.
You like it better when it runs?
Yes. It'll help you.
All right, we'll get there.
That's okay.
So a quick update on the John Deere BO project. I haven't got much done. Here in Florida, it's very hot in the summer, and I don't like working out in it, so I'll just do a little bit at a time. But have done a few things. I had one valve stuck. I had to pull the valve cover off and work it loose. So I got good compression on both cylinders. Took the carburetor off, went through it. It really wasn't in bad shape at all. Of course, cleaned the air filter. One of the big problems there was the gear shift was stuck. It wasn't moving anywhere. I think mainly from sitting. Had some light rust in the gearbox. I got the top good. I got everything moving now. However, I'm having difficulty getting it to release into neutral. So I'm going to try filling it full of some thin oil, maybe some kerosene, and soaking it a while, and hopefully getting it started and let it warm up. Maybe that'll bust whatever's hanging up loose. So next step is I'm going to try to get the mag on, get it in time, and see if it'll fire. I got some new plug wires. The mag, I don't know if it's hot enough to fire. I got it up here on the shelf right now, and we'll see what happens. I may end up having to buy another one. Okay, I got the mag on, and I believe it's on in time. Got new plug wires on it. Filled the gear case up with a gallon of Rotella and mixed it with a gallon of kerosene, and I can see where it's leaking out the PTO, so I'm going to have to replace whatever seal is down there. And forgot to mention, I took off the oil pump and replaced the oil filter, of course, and cleaned the oil filter screen. And it's a good thing that I did, because somebody had replaced the coupler for the drive pump for the oil pump with just a piece of ill-fitting box tubing. I threw it away. I don't have it now, but I'm going to try to turn it over, see if it'll fire. The purpose is really not to start it. I just want to see if it's in time and if it'll pop a few times. So let's give it a go and see what happens. Got some compression. A little stiff too. Alright, I give up. Okay, so today's the day. We're going to try to make this old John Deere fire. I got my trusty sidekick with me here. He's going to help me. So what we're going to do is get all this junk out of the way. I was unable to start it by hand. So I'm going to move the cars. I'm going to bring the van up and try dragging it around the apartment complex. I'm sure much to my neighbor's dismay, and see if we can get this old girl to fire. It's probably been 30 years since it's run, so I have no idea what it's going to do. When I filled the gearbox up full of oil, it all poured out the PTO shaft, so I had to fix the seal in it. It's holding oil now. I got it full of some used motor oil and a bunch of kerosene, try to wish it out clean, and then I'll put some clean oil in it here if we get it going. Alright, time to get to work. Alright, so we're going to see if she holds water. I put new hoses on it, but that don't mean nothing. Let's see where it squirts out of. So far so good.
I didn't see any.
I think those are about 1.5 gallons, ain't they?
Gallon and a third.
Yeah. So we put 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 gallons in it.
4.5 gallons or so, yeah.
It's holding water.
As I've said, it holds 3 to 5.
Looking good so far.
There we go. Now it's recording. Whatever.
Anything pouring out anywhere?
Not so far.
Just put 1 gallon or 2 in. I don't want that much. Alright, so what we got here is we're going to try to loosen up the motor of the John Deere. We can turn it over and maybe even get the thing to fire. Wife's going to be driving the van. You get the feeling it's going to end in disaster?
A little concerned.
Usually does.
I can't.
Alright, so we couldn't get the thing started. I think the mag is too weak, which is an issue that I knew I had when I got it, so that's the next step. Did learn a few things. Got good oil pressure, was able to loosen up the tranny and motor feels freer. Got it drug around the apartment complex a little bit, thanks to my lovely assistant. Thank you, Roberta. So I'll wait till we get a new mag and we'll try it again. I think it'll run. Nothing seems to be leaking, so that's good. So I learned a few things, so one step closer. Well, I got my new magneto in yesterday from Brillman. It's not the correct one. It's an X type, but it will work. They no longer make the AP, or couldn't even find a rebuilt one. So I got the AP up on the workbench, so maybe one day I'll find a use for it or find somebody that can rebuild them. Got a nice hot spark. I think I got it in time. Not 100% sure, but I'll have to give it a spin and see what happens.